Hello, this is Mr. Joseph here with another video. Today, from a different perspective, we're going to be looking at scripture, but we're going to be using it in a leadership role in the business world. And so basically, we're looking at Ephesians chapter 4, which is Paul taking a very diverse group and bringing them together as one united body who works together. And so creating one body in perfect harmony, by the way, which achieves excellence. Okay. And so this equipping someone to do the job of a leader is what the leader's role is all about, is to equip and to build and to make more leaders. And so this leadership is what we're going to be focusing on. So let's look at the first point here. I must care for them. So what does this mean? How do we care for them? In our communication, in our recognition, and in our example. And this care for them does not mean to be nice to them or polite or tolerant. It means kindness. And kindness means that everything that you do for them, you do it because you care for them. You care for what's best for them and what is best for the team as a whole. And sometimes this will not always be being polite or nice, but you will be doing it because you care for what's best for them and what's best for the team as a whole. Number 2, I must work on their weakness, but out of their strengths. Number 3, I must give myself. What is giving of yourself? Your time, your energy, your focus. In other words, your attention. And number 4, I must give them ownership. Ownership of what? Ownership of their ministry, of their department, of their specific expertise where their talent lies. I must give them ownership on this. And for a lot of leaders, it's very hard for them to give up that and letting the individual own their own business. Number 5. I must become a resource person. I must create the atmosphere, the training, the support, the tools that are required. I must make expectations clear. And I want to focus on this one because this one is extremely important. Until there is a clear vision, a clear focus, a clear goal, a clear look at how it will be when this goal is achieved, it will be very difficult to bring the team with you to where it is that you are leading them. And so the example that Paul does here, we see it in Ephesians chapter 4, is first he describes the goal of the shepherd, of the leader. And he does this in Ephesians 4:12. And for 12, the goal of the sheep, he explains in the very next verse. So the goal of the leader, the goal of the employees who are under the leader, and then he gives you a look at how this thing is going to be when you've achieved it, what it's going to look like. So on the way of retrieving it, you can see bits and pieces as they arise. Or you could see that you're nowhere near. There must be change. We must not be going in the right directions because this is not looking like the finished product which has been described. And so this is very, very important. At the end of this diverse body that Paul is talking about in Ephesians 4:16, he says, from him, the whole body fitted together and knitted together by supporting ligaments promotes the growth of the body for building up itself in love by the proper working of each individual part. And so this is what he's trying to do. Take this diverse body and bring them together in such a way that each one is like a ligament. Each one has its own individual thing, but they're all together forming this one body. And this is being done in love on top of that. So let's move on to point number 7. I must eliminate unnecessary burdens. So things that are in the way, and your employees know what's preventing them from achieving excellence. Listen to them and take those burdens out of their way. Number 8 is like you must look for something that they are doing that is heading towards achieving this excellence, and you must promote it, you must recognize it, and you must reward it. So this is just 8 little bullet points of how Scripture can help us in managing our businesses. So till the next time, peace be with you, and thanks be to God.